And I remember you telling me that when you just started, you only had 250 euros to get all this stuff.
Yeah, correction, 200 euros. But to learn that, I mean, the best way to do it is learn it on the job as it comes along, you know what I mean? But I feel like I was very lucky in the fact that I had my father, my dad. What business essentially is you deal with problems all day long, every day.
Hey Annie, it's so good to see you. Thank you for being part of BizzTalk.
Finally!
So we've known you for a very long time.
I know, I love you boys.
I mean, look around. This is incredible what you've achieved.
Oh, thank you.
How did all of this start?
Literally, I guess I opened my first shop when I was 19, 20. But I've been designing clothes. Well, not really realising I was designing clothes probably since the age of 5. Like, I used to make clothes for my Barbies out of like paper and stuff like that. But I never wanted to be a designer, by the way. That's was not in the plan. Just happened very naturally.
And I remember you telling me that when you just started, you only had 250 euros to get all this stuff.
Yeah, correction, 200 euros.
200.
I started Annie's and everything that it is today on 200 euros, and that's it. And still to this day, I've never had a loan, I've never had investment, I've never borrowed a penny. And now I think Annie's is like a team of, I think 45 of us that work at Annie's, and it's a big team. And I still actually really like that. I like to stick to the, we just did it by ourselves. All girls under the age of 30 or under the age of 25 at this point. And actually I didn't have any staff, it was only me at the start.
What inspired you and what was one of the main challenges you had to overcome within time?
So I think the inspiration for starting my own business, which by the way, there was none. I think I didn't mean it to happen like this. But when I do think about this as I get older, the grounding, the first form of reason why I think I worked for myself was purely the fact of freedom. I know it's very silly, but I've never really had a job interview, but I have had jobs before. But it was kind of like, oh, what, I can only go on holiday this month? I was absolutely not. And then I'd never worked for anyone else since the age of 18.
And then obviously, like you mentioned, you never needed any funding. You were doing all of this with your girlfriends. How did you start finding people that help you with everything? Because there's so much going on, from logistics to just getting everything.
Yeah, exactly. So understanding your business and knowing every key point, from shipping to logistics to taxes to duties to everything. As a business owner, you need to know everything inside and out, and then you delegate it to the best people that you know that can do it better than you. Do you know what I mean? But to learn that, I mean, the best way to do it is learn it on the job as it comes along, you know what I mean? But I feel like I was very lucky in the fact that I had my father, my dad. He's in restructuring business, so he would restructure fashion brands, any sort of big companies. And I mean, as I left school at 15 and I didn't study, I feel like he kind of lived a different life through me, and he mentors me in everything. Never financial help, but that's really important because I wouldn't be where I am today if he had helped me. I can say that 100 million %, because you don't know the value of building something if you just get external help,
So you definitely need influential people around.
100%. I was very lucky I had my dad, yeah.
And then Annie, as a young entrepreneur whose dresses are worn by Zendaya, Taylor Swift, Kate Moss, I mean everyone out there, what is the one main advice you'd give to someone your age when you started everything in terms of business?
It's dedication, right? You can make any idea work. The only reason that businesses fail is because the person gives up. It's only dedication, and if you've got dedication, you can make any idea happen. That's the only answer. So it's determination and it's not giving up. And I feel like once you have a business running and you've got there, I feel like the biggest key thing about the whole aspect of running a business is, I know now personally, this would be my advice, is never attaching emotion to business, because what business essentially is you deal with problems all day long, every day, and it's how you view problems in your life. So if I only view problems as solutions, they're not really problems. They don't affect me, they don't bother me, I would just get on with it. And then that's the key to being a successful business, and happy as well, not stressed. It's just looking at problems and just not getting bothered by them and just carrying on. That is so key, beyond anything of running a business, is the way you view problems.
Amazing.
Thank you very much. And Can I ask, out of curiosity, so you've probably already heard about Connect Collab,
Yes.
the company we recently started. Do you think that if you would have started everything again, a ecosystem for young entrepreneurs basically, where you can share your ideas, work with people and find young-minded individuals would have helped you in some ways, such as in idea gatherings, or if you should ever needed funding to find investors, do you think that's something you would have approached if you wouldn't have been able to do everything on your own like you just did?
Oh my God, absolutely. What you have with Connect Labs is like invaluable, you know. When I started business, wasn't even Instagram, you know. No one really used the internet that well, and being able to connect with people in business fields and with things like this is just amazing, you know. I mean, I would still even use it looking for freelancers with things that I need with work. So for now, even now, I would be able to use it really well, you know. So for someone that's starting up, I think it's the most brilliant thing that is out there for sure.
Thank you very much, Annie, and thank you for taking your time. It was lovely
Oh,
speaking
I'm
to you.
sad it's over. I love you. I'm sad. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cute. That was so nice.
If you had any advice to any emerging artist out there, what would be your advice to them?
I think be really proactive, and if you find something interesting and you don't really know why, just follow it, just go like guns blazing and do it.